on behalf of Shyampur Siddheshwari Mahavidyalaya. I will request our respected guest, Principal Sir and IQAC Coordinator to please take it is my privilege and pride to welcome you all to this 5-day long faculty development program on research methodology and data analysis, which has been organized by the Research and Development Cell of Shyampur Siddheshwari Mahavidyalaya in collaboration with Uluberia College. This FDP will go on for 5 days. It will start from today, that is 25th of November, and end on 29th of November. And we will hear from eminent speakers regarding research methodology and data analysis, which is very crucial for our development as a faculty. Now I will request Dr. Mohua Dash to carry on with the program.
Thank you, Dr. Shaprabhaman. Now, our students, I request you to come on the stage and felicitate our guest. Now we felicitate our principal sir. And our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Dhruva Chandra Dhani. Our program is start by now. Now we request our guest to start our ceremony of light. Sir, I request you please come and lighten the lamp. It's little messy now, so I request my student Vitorisha, please come here and start the inaugural song of the FTP program ceremony. Sir, I request to take your seat for 2 minutes.
নবো আনন্দে জাগো আজি নব রবি কিরণে শুভ্র সুন্দর প্রীতি উজ্জ্বল জীবনে নব আনন্দে জাগো আজি উচ্ছারিত নব জীবন নির্ঝর উচ্ছ্বাসিত আশা গীতি উচ্ছারিত নব জীবন নির্ঝর উচ্ছ্বাসিত আশা গীতি অমৃত পুষ্প গন্ধ বাহে আজি শান্তি পবনে নব আনন্দে জাগো আজি নব রবি কিরণে শুভ্র সুন্দর প্রীতি উজ্জ্বল নির্মল জীবনে নব আনন্দে জাগো আজি।
Thank you, Vitorisha, for the nice presentation. Now, I request our guest, our principal sir, please come on and light the ceremony.
দুজন ক্যামেরাম্যানকে সামনে পাঠিয়ে
এইখানটা আছে
Now, I request our principal sir to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please come on the dais.
Thank you, madam. Thanks to our entire R&D team, the research and development team, which has been working with a lot of effort over the last 15 days or so in shaping this program. My special thanks to Professor Parthasarathi Mukhopadhyay, our honorable guest of this occasion. So thanks to you, sir, for sharing your time out, for taking the trouble of coming to this place, which is far away, probably 100 kilometers away from your home, 160 kilometers away from your home. And to Sikantoda for becoming a wonderful chauffeur, I say. I told that he has been very careful in bringing her to this place. You know, it's not very easy to come to our college, but thanks to you, especially sir, for coming to this to our college, and to Shomen and Gita madam also getting in touch with you, and ultimately making day one of our program, which is targeted for development of the research and development aspect of our teachers who are aspiring for the new work, who are going for the pursuit of PhD work, opening some new windows for them, because sir has been one of the great speakers in this specific area. Sir has been traveling around within our state, outside the state also, and delivering about this topic. So that's why I requested in our WhatsApp group also that all the 5 speakers that we are getting in our FDB program, we are getting a galaxy of experts, of research experts for this particular program. You know, the major objective of the research of this FDP on research methodology and data analysis is that to acquaint our teachers who are getting into the prospects of doing some sort of PhD work, who are thinking what is done in PhD, how to approach PhD, what are the differences between the PhD in scientific domain, or what are the differences between PhD if you are coming from purely for arts or social science background. Where are the differences? Difference is that there is no difference. As a matter of fact, I think in the next 5 days of learning, you will understand that wherever you belong, only thing is that the road may be different, approach may be different. Ultimate objective is to get into the process of continuous learning, to unfold something new and develop on your own. I think all the people who has done their own PhD work, you know, on your own you have to do something, and for that purpose, there are some tricks are there, tricks of the trades I should say. So that we are going to share you during the next 5 days of the course. How to choose a proper journal. Okay, where you will start. Even some people having problem in particularly in scientific domain, whether he will be starting with the latex first or with the word processor first. This type of common queries are there. Now, I personally, when I started doing my PhD work in 2003 or so, so at that time, the type of softwares we have been using, even for writing the manuscript, is now I do differently. Okay, now Mendeley is there. So there are so many facilities are there. So you have to, there are so many other aspects also. How to quantify a data, how to analyze the data, how error to come in our calculation. I think whatever may be your area, you may be coming from physics, chemistry, geology, botany or whatever it may be, or you may be coming purely from commerce background, where survey, history background, geography background, where data, survey, sample survey, analysis, all are required. Their statistics plays a major role. Statistics, and now statistics have the concept of data analytics has got a new dimension. When we did our PhD work, this type of the concept of data analytics was not there. So there is a historical change taking place in the whole area of how people will pursue their, or they will start doing their PhD work. So main objective of this program is to get our teachers who are aspiring for PhD work, who are thinking that I need a PhD degree, because in this academic domain without a PhD degree you cannot sustain for long. You can sustain, but you will become dinosaur very soon. Your students will call you dinosaur because every day in the research domain some progress are there, irrespective of the subject. I personally, I can share my experience. When I did not have the PhD degree, the way I was teaching my students, and after getting that, because after that when I am into the flow of doing research work, and still I am doing so, every day I get acquainted what is happening around the world. So that obviously as a teacher gets reflected in our classroom situation. Student gets to know what is happening in actual world now. In 2024, what is the need of the science, what is the need of social science, what is the need of the society, what is the need, which is the latest development in the literature across the world. So if you belong to your own, if you just do your own research, automatically that will be reflected to the students. And students will be more absorbed in your class. Otherwise, it will be repetition of the same story time and again and again. So with all this thinking, we initiated this program, and we have divided teachers into two parts. We are aspiring for PhD work, and the topic is such that even the people with PhD or might have done PhD a few years back, they can get newer things from the experts. So that's why we have kept everybody in this small classroom that we developed very recently. Thanks to again our team SSM for doing so. I can promise you next 5 days will be highly absorbing for you. Again, sir, thank you for coming all the way and making all the things happen for us.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request our IQSC coordinator, Dr. Dhruv Chandra Rani, for his valuable welcome address. Sir, please come on the dais.
Thank you. Respected Principal Sir and our guest of honor. Today, a special day for our college. After a long time, we initiated a FDP program. It is very essential for our future and recent time because it will enhance our teaching and our research career. In every aspect, we need to improvise ourselves for sustaining it. So, when I started my PhD work, basically first 6 months, I could not think about anything, but my guide actually did not say anything, because just choose your subject. After 6 months, he provides some things, methodology and other things. Then I could think that yes, I'm going to something that yeah, I can do it. I can do my PhD. So methodology is important thing, and of course data. Data we collect, but that data analysis, how to analyze? Everything we have to learn. Without know these things, we cannot survive and we cannot enrich our teaching, research career, everything. So, our program, research methodology and data analysis, it will enrich our in many ways, strengthening research competency and enhance our teaching quality, improve our academic input. When we are going to class, if we do ourselves improvise in many things, then we can teach our student in many aspects, and our improvement can rectify or reflect in our teaching. It also facilitates multidisciplinary approach, because in a faculty development program, various resource person we can hear. In this way, we are enrich our multidisciplinary approach, build confidence. It will build our confidence and also promote various ethical things and support our learning. in our program, we got various renowned person in various fields. Today we have Parthasharthi sir. His topic is search to research. Many things actually discovered, but we have to think again and again. And then so many things will again can be rediscovered. That's why it is a very interesting topic. And next day we have Dr. Ujjwal Marjit sir. His topic is from data to discovery. In this topic, he will cover AI tools and cutting edge research. It is also a so important thing. Nowadays, artificial intelligence is very much important. We are facing every day this problem. Next day, introduction to statistical package. Another eminent speaker is Dr. Boydunath sir. He is a very eminent person in this area. SPSS is in this software. Actually, he is very renowned. Then, in fourth day, we have Amiya Kumar Kaligaon sir. He is also very eminent person in how to write a research project, how can get a collaboration, and without collaboration, our research cannot improve. Because one thing I could be a specialist in one particular method, but if another thing or other method I have to put in my paper, then we need to collaborate ourselves. And lastly, literature review is another thing. So without particular literature review, any paper cannot be accepted. So this is the 5 days program. I think it will enrich ourselves and our faculty persons, our participants, and I expect it will enrich very much ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dhali, for his valuable speech. And I think his speech can clearly gives us an idea that how successfully we can do this program in next 5 days. So now my co-host Shatarupa De will conduct the next portion.
Now we will move to the main part, that is the lecture session, which will be delivered by Professor Parthasharthi Mukhopadhyay, who is currently working as a professor in Library and Information Science and head Department of Library and Information Science, Kolani University. I now request our principal to kindly honor our speaker with a token of appreciation. I will now request Dr. Mahua Das to formally introduce our speaker to all the participants.
Thank you. Professor Parthasharthi Mukhopadhyay is a professor in Library and Information Science and head Department of Library and Information Science, Kolani University. Professor Mukhopadhyay, a recipient of Best Young LIS Teacher Award, IASLIC, is an open source enthusiast and worked as a developer and promoter of many open source projects. He has many more than 100 papers in journal and conference volumes and 5 books in his beeline. His recent book on interoperability and retrieval is published by UNESCO Paris. Professor Mukhopadhyay acted as a metadata consultant for the project NDL, that is National Digital Library, hosted by IIT Kharagpur. He is presently a member of Advisory Committee for National Virtual Library Project of Ministry of Culture, Government of India. He developed Vidya Online as e-learning portal for Vidyasagar University in 2006 and presently running 3 online course in Swayam platform also. Sir, I request you to make your valuable advice for which our participants are eagerly waiting. Now the stage is yours.
I'll come down here.
Okay, sir.
Center. Am I audible to the last row?
ফোনগুলো একটু সাইলেন্ট করে দেন। ওই লাইনটা থাক, এইগুলো বন্ধ করে দিন। ওই লাইনটা থাক বাপ্পা, এই সব লাইটগুলো বন্ধ করে ওই লাইনটা পুরো অফ করে দাও। এটা অফ করে দাও, এটা অফ করে দিয়ে ওইটা সারা হ্যাঁ, এটা হলেই হবে। একবারে এটা সুইচটা, এটা সুইচটা কোথায়? এখানে সুইচ দেওয়া, এই জানলাটা একটু খুলে, জানলার পর্দাগুলো একটু সরে দাও। হ্যাঁ, এইবার লাইটটা অফ করে দাও। হ্যাঁ, তাতে লাইট অফ করলে সুবিধা হবে। অফ করতে, অফ জানলাটা অনেক গাড়ি অনেক, আরে অফ করতে হবে, অন করতে, অফ অফ অফ, ব্যাস ওই জানলাটা খুলে দিন। হ্যাঁ, ব্যাস। থাক থাক বাপ্পা, থাক।
Anybody do the last row also?
Now
Using
yes.
a microphone or anything else, so that my hands they will free. Okay. So as you know from the announcement that I am going to cover here from start to research, and why so? Why I have selected such a topic. First of all, do you agree with this particular statement? You are all researcher. Either you have completed your PhD, all respected faculty members, or doing different kind of research. Research is not always producing a 300-page PhD. Anything unknown you are doing a research. Suppose a student assignment. It's not a research. You are not searching something and gathering facts and taking your own decisions. When you are writing a 10-page journal paper article or a technical report or something project report, every time we are doing research. So research not always meant for a doctoral dissertation, a gigantic size of 300, 350 pages. So if that is the research, anything you are exploring that is unknown, do you think that is a real statement? Is it matching with your day-to-day experience? Every research of any kind, even a student assignment, starts with an existing piece of information and ends with a new piece of information. In between lies your journey. You are starting from a set of documents, what has already been done, what is already available. Then you are finding your research gap, formulating your research question, doing your own methodology, coming out with a solution, publishing a paper or writing a PhD. So that too also a document. If your journal paper is also a document, your PhD is also a document. Anything may be the form, it may be printed form or electronic form, it does not matter. So it's a journey from document to document. If you are agree with this statement, then only I can continue. Otherwise, your story is ending.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Agreed. Fine. Now, this is the thing. Here you see that research, and again, irrespective of the discipline, I know each faculty member from alchemy to zoology, A to Z, everybody present here. So it's irrespective of the fact that you are doing research either in the lab or in the field or on your desk. Then you are writing a manuscript kind of thing. Then you are sending that to a particular journal paper for publication. And senior professors, teachers like us, principals, myself and others, we are the gatekeeper, we are acting as a reviewer, and we are sending back many times your paper, okay, do that, do this, and so on. That is called peer review process. Peer and colleague, there is a difference. Colleague means they are working in the different domains, but maybe in the same institute. You all are colleagues, irrespective of the department. But your counterpart in a subject like zoology, chemistry, education, from science domain, wherever you are working, you are peers. You are doing in the same subject. So that's why it is called peer review process. Your colleagues are, not your colleagues, your peers are actually reviewing your work towards the subject expert. And finally, your research got published in a high impact factor, Scopus reference, or Indian listed journal, and people are very happy. So what do you do after publication of the paper? Irrespective, forget about the giving treat to your friends and colleagues. That's a different issue. What do you normally do after publication of your paper? After the initial days of joy is over, then again you are busy with some new research work. Have you ever thought what happened to that paper? What happened to that paper? What you have written in the next week or in the next month, last month? This is coming to so many department actually. This we call, every researcher knows this. This is called back volume section. Hours and hours you are spending there to getting out the whole journal paper, your related papers and everything. Then actually it is bounded in different kind of volumes. Volumes are journals are arranged alphabetically. You go there. Nowadays we don't see this kind of back volume section. Irrespective of that, we are having back files in the computer. Like you are subscribing some journal, all the back files are available to submit. But the process is same. I will tell you what's wrong with this process later on, but before that, I am asking a few questions to all of you. Madam, that pointer here, who was right? Okay, so I'm starting asking you a few questions because you all are involved with different kind of all the kind of this. Okay, so finally, what you have published in a journal paper, like I said, Scopus Indian journals, and mostly commercial, So, whatever you are writing, those are actually you are signing up the copyright to the publisher. Is not it? And those are written in very 10 points, font, you cannot read it, we are simpleton teachers, we are not legal expert, we do not read that, we simply sign away and the copyright goes to the publisher. Fine. So that belongs to the copyright. So our copyright acts friendly to authors and readers. If you want to share or distribute your own published paper in a commercial journal without the written permission of the publisher, that's a legal offense. If you go through the entire Copyright Act. So Copyright Act is not author friendly, neither author friendly who writes the paper, nor the reader friendly who reads the paper. It's only friendly to a third party called publisher. And who is the publisher? It's coming between you and your reader. So that is the third point. So entire Copyright Act is publisher friendly. Who spent on research? Research is costly, particularly in science. Who spent? Your personal effort, of course. Support from the institution, of course. But who actually spent on your research? All the funding agencies. And in India, 98% funding, research funding comes from the government domain. And what is government domain? That means we are doing research on the top of public money. But publicly funded research, unfortunately, is not available in the public domain because of the stringent Copyright Act. Publishers are huge lobby in US, and they direct all the laws related to copyright in US. Lobbying is allowed legally in US, and that actually got reflected in different publication systems of the entire world. So government spent money, 98% of research in a developing country like India, and 90% of the research output we are doing. You are spending your energy, your youth, working late in the lab and home, that is burning the midnight oil. And the copyright belongs to the publisher. Government is paying for it, but government does not hold any kind of right on its or her own funded research. So that is another point. Whose effort? Your effort, supported by the institute. Who holds the copyright? Publisher. Do you know that any industry that does not spend a single paisa in procuring raw materials? Very interesting question. একটাও যেরকম ইন্ডাস্ট্রি জানি যারা একটা পয়সা খরচ করে না র মেটেরিয়াল জোগাড় করার জন্য any industry do you know? Any industry, particularly from economics and commerce? Anyone is here from economics and commerce? Do you know any industry that do not spend a single paisa to procure raw materials? Obviously. Rather, we fight with each other to donate our intellectual property to them free of cost. And any industry who do not pay a single paisa in quality control, again publishing industry, the peer review process is a quality control process, my dear friend. Nothing else. We are submitting and we are actually controlling the quality. So is there any philanthropy scholarly publication process? Do you know any publisher all over the world who has donated a single paisa in the development of education, research or development? Is there any chair professor from Elsevier, Fluent, Taylor and Francis or Emirate? Not a single one. They do not return back a single dollar for the development of education, research and development. Okay, then what is the profit margin? We don't have any idea. Again, I am saying we are simpleton teachers. We don't have any idea the finance between the scholarly communication process. When I am saying starts to research, we need to understand this process.
I apologize if my previous response.
Elsevier alone last year enjoyed $6 billion net profit. $6 billion, my dear friend, net profit after a financial year, last year. $6 billion profit is a huge, huge profit. I will be giving you the latest data also. So that kind of money, what they are doing with it, they are not returning a single paisa to the universities or any student scholarship or any chair professorship, nothing, not a single paisa. So $6 billion is a huge sum. What they do with this money? I am going to give you evidence that Elsevier is supporting arms trade. Every year in London, they are holding arms trade fair and openly advocating for arms trade because they are doing under Reed Elsevier. Reed Elsevier is the parent company of Elsevier. Reed Elsevier is involved in arms trade. Not a shocking information. So we need to decide ourselves that if we believe that publicly funded research must be available in the public domain, what should be? And the answer, when I raise this question, when people raise this question, answer is, my friend, Blowing with the Wind, the famous song of Fitzgerald. But anyway, so these are some of the questions that intelligent mind like you must be thinking. But before I'm going into the deeper part of the other necessary skills and tools and other things, the new objectives and new process techniques, etc. First of all, the paradigm shift already happened. Whether you are working in a remote college like this or somebody is working in IISc Bangalore, nowadays internet is acting as a level playing factor. You are getting the journal in the same day where a top scientist is getting in their institute. That was not there. Previously, I started my career as a CSIR scientist. Here, we needed to wait for Nature for 3 weeks. The Nature publishes every Friday. And we needed to wait for the third Friday to get that copy of Nature. Nowadays, that is not the situation. So, the paradigm shift already happened. What is that shift? The shift is actually responsible for this 4 factors. The internet is acting as the platform of scholarly publication process. Entire internet is based on open software and open standards. So mostly these are very less costly services and freely you can employ in your system. So on the top of these two beautiful systems are coming up. One is called open access and another is called open learning system. So today we will be targeting this one, open access publishing system, and how it is going to help you even in a remote college like this. Only things you need is an internet connection. Every tool, every source, every service I am going to show or demonstrate people in are completely free and open access, completely legal. Nothing is illegal like SciCam. Okay, so this is the paradigm shift. Paradigm shift, you see, many of you can relate this one. So I have taken a set of data from ALA report. 1991 to 2006, why not anything after 2006 because the same trend continues up to 2022. So here you see blue bar indicates number of new journals introduced in a given year. Not all journals, new journals introduced in a given year. The maroon bar indicates this is the print journal, blue bar, and maroon bar is the online journal or e-journal. Online journal first appeared in 1996. Within 4 years it outnumbered all the print journals, and you see the situation in 2006. Completely reverse. You need to understand the changing ball game of scholarly communication process. And another tool, this is about a journal. 90% of research is still communicated over journal. And this is the situation of book. It's a future kind of projection, 2017 to 2024. So here in the upper part, you can see that how millions of US dollars are going to be invested on e-book publication, and here how exponentially the users of e-books are increasing. So two of the main vehicles of scholarly communication, books and journals, mostly journals in case of this research, are changing their shapes and format like anything. We need to understand this problem. Interestingly, experts are predicting that because of this online revolution and to fight back the copyright laws and greedy nature of the commercial publishers like Courier, Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, another people-oriented movement started. And that movement will lead to this kind of open access availability of research publications in future. By 2040, everything will be available in open access. Books, journal, everything. Maybe there little bit of embargo period like 6 months to 1 year, but after that everything will be available free of cost, every knowledge object. But the problem is that these are distributed like in Elsevier, if you go to Science Direct, you are getting 1500 plus journal published by Elsevier in a single portal. So that kind of systems and parties will be needed for open access, and that is my aim here, that how you can enjoy that kind of service completely free of cost. Another, this is one part of the changing process. Why research is becoming, easy and tough at the same time. Easy in the sense that if you know, you are here. Complex in the sense that it's going like anything, exponential. It's nowadays very difficult to keep pace with, even in a tiny domain of knowledge. For example, here are some of the factors I'm giving you. So this particular our age in the human history is called the population exposure. And population exposure directly related to information exposure. Because more and more people are getting directed or getting attracted towards the higher education research, more and more volume of research is coming up. So on an average global citizen, in a given minute, recently people calculated by Global that in 60 seconds, we are receiving 2 gigabytes of textual data. Can you believe it? 2 gigabytes of textual data every connected average global citizen. Impossible to process. And in a given minute, 4 billion emails are exchanged all over the world. So this is the information exposure. And information exposure is actually proliferated because of another revolution called information revolution, because that information nowadays is very easy to communicate, and we are moving towards information economy. There are 3 kinds of economy, agricultural economy based on the most visible product of the agricultural society, mainly the rice. And I recently came to know that 80% of the world population is rice eater, including Japan and Korea and everywhere. So that is the most visible product, cereals and rice. Then the industrial economy, where the most visible product is steel. Presently we are in knowledge economy or information economy, the most visible product is software. So what's the difference between these 3? Rice, steel and software. 3 most visible products of the 3 waves of the society. In rice, 98% is material, only 2% is knowledge. Because you need to know that you need to boil it and what kind of rice is, what kind of boiling, what time up to what time. Still, 2% knowledge is not going to do. You need at least 20-25% of knowledge how to utilize that food. Whether you are going to build a poultry farm, or the body of a car, or a body of a heavy vehicle, you need to know that what kind of mixture or different kind of chromium, iron, nickel requires to build that kind of thing. So 20-25% knowledge. You suddenly cannot go in the market and buy a roll of coil of steel. So you need to know, you need to have the domain knowledge. But when you are coming to the software, you see, what is a software? Every software is the digital version of human knowledge. You are building, developing an accounting software. You need to know the accounting domain. Otherwise, how can you do that? Showman needs a library management software. He needs to know how library works, what is the workflow. So 80-90% is domain knowledge, only 10% is the total skill. So if software is 95% knowledge, only 5% knowledge. So how the percentage of knowledge is increasing in each and every generation, from agriculture to information. So that is there, that information is now the most important component of the society. And information in future will be very, very costly. So when you are asking a ChatGPT question, suppose what is the AQI, air quality indicator, you know how can it dollars are actually spending by OpenAI to answer that question? And what is the planetary cost of that answer? Huge. Information you are getting, it means it's not free. There is nothing but free, that's my dear friend. You are getting free, but someone is paying hugely. Art is paying hugely. Because to train a large language model, you need to spend the energy equivalent to the fuel. Equivalent, the 27 times you are going and returning from moon, from Earth. Suppose there is a highway, you are going 27 times. That is the requirement of energy to train a large language model. It's not free. So information is becoming very important. 85% of your technology surrounding you are either processing information or communicating. So what is your phone? What is your laptop? These are all information processing or communication devices. And more information processing activity. Like say, car now has a GPS delivery system. That's real-time information processing. So information is becoming omnipresent in every technology. That is important. As a result, what is happening to a teacher, you know, the knowledge is moving so fast that what we teach to our students in the very first year in the semester, that's become outdated when they are getting graduate. That's true. That's why UGC said that every 3 years you need to update your syllabus. But even 3 years cycle is becoming huge. Possibly every semester we need to change our syllabus, particularly science, technology, computer science and information technology. We are living in the age of information overload because of all this. And take it from me, too much of information, but your generation, your students are facing too much of information. Everything is in the fingerprint. And our generation was information poor. For every single research paper, we need to roam around different libraries. Both are same. Too much of information and too little of information, both are equally bad. I'll be showing you why too much of information is bad. Okay. So as a user, what is happening to you? This is you. Every time you are searching internet, this is you. All these problems you are facing. You are spending hours and hours to find relevant documents. There are lots of tools, lots of databases, not a single point access anywhere. Then everywhere you are getting a single point access. You need to learn them separately, search them separately, to evaluate the information you need it separately, and you need to keep yourself updated with the changes, user interfaces. And after doing your best of the best effort to find some of the research articles to start a research project, because as we agreed that we need a set of information to start something, you find that knowledge object is under copyright. So my dear friend, internet is a kind of restaurant where menu card is available, but the moment you are opening the menu card and selecting a food item, the waiter or waitress is saying that, sir or madam, this food is not for you. Is not it the same thing happening in the internet? Same thing happening. The moment you are going to access the full text, it's saying it is copyrighted, your library do not subscribe. Same thing. And these search engines are nothing but menu cards. All these title, author, subject, abstract, these are basically menus. What you say, metadata. Nothing else. But you are very, self-confident that at the end of the day I have Google. Is not it? That is the logical starting point for your student, for your scholar, for you also. Am I right? So there is Google Baba. At the end of the day, you ask anything. I'm going to show you how illusionized you are. Google cannot give you right information at the right time. Because of obvious reason, I'm not against Google. I'm showing that what is the problem of this large scale textual strategy. Say this particular snapshot. In one example, you will be getting the fact. This is a particular Google interface. Many of you have, the moment you open up your browser, Google pops up, the home page. So I search a very common page, everybody knows, environmental pollution. And this snapshot I taken on a fateful day. Why I am saying fateful day? On 20th March 2020, I was taking a similar kind of class in North Bengal University. And that evening, lockdown declared. And I faced a huge problem returning back to my home. But so that particular day I remember still. So on that very day I searched this one. And what kind of document it produced? But this, I know this is a very common phrase, I know. 1 crore 75 lakhs of documents. Now you see, you will understand what is information exposure. Why I am giving that much of information. The same page, from the same tool, I am searching today, same google.com. Okay. Spelling wise, you see, these are the same thing. Environmental pollution, 1 crore 75 lakhs. Today also I start the same thing. Then I want to know how many documents are here. This is the number of documents. Can you even calculate? 51 crores 50 lakhs. 3.5 years back, not more than that. 20th March 2020, there are roughly 2 crores of documents. Now it is 51 crores. 25 times increase, my dear friend, not 25%. You understand now that in which kind of information overload era you are, busy with. But we people don't care because we think that most valuable document Google or Google Scholar will be retrieving in the first second. Google gives you 50 sets of document at the top. Each set contains 20 documents. That you can change, but that is a different behavior. So your search is actually maximum. Google is retrieving 51 crore, but you are searching only 60 documents. Logically, say 20 in each set. Maximum you are going set number 3. Very rarely we go beyond set number 3. That's why you want to hide something. Always hide in the Google page number 3. Nobody goes there. That's a famous joke actually in the computer science. So always hide things in Google 10th or 5th or 6th page. Nobody goes there. So that is the thing. How do you become so sure that top 60 documents will give you the most relevant document? From where that confidence comes? Am I right? So far, whatever I say, I'm right. So what from where that confidence comes? That top 60 document I will be getting my most relevant document. Google is simply making a Boolean join here. Environment and pollution. Space means Boolean end of it. So before entering here, I am showing you only 4 techniques. Nothing more than 4 techniques. Please remember these 4 techniques when you are searching a large scale textual search engine like Google or Google. First, when you are searching a multi-worded phrase, always search as a bounded term, as a phrase, not 2 separate terms. So the difference between this search and that search, environment and pollution, and this search is that I am directing Google to retrieve only those documents where environmental and pollution came side by side. Mathematically, they are separated by one single space, not more than that. So that means redundancy is to some extent infinite. Now suppose I am asking you another question here. Lots of questions I am asking. That suppose there are 3 documents, you are a researcher in environmental pollution and there are 3 documents. In one document it appeared in the title of the paper, in the next paper it appeared as a page in the abstract, and in third paper body of the paper. Which one is more relevant for you? The page with the title with the page, abstract with this page, or body with this page? Which one your common sense is saying most relevant for you? And you often do that.
Title.
Title, of course. Why? Because your title is a super abstract, one line super abstract of your document, and we always want to include the most important phrase in the title because there is a number of character limit or word limit kind of thing. So if your searching phrase appears in the title of the document, definitely that is going to be relevant to your research. Can I search Google that you retrieve only those documents where it appeared in the title of this one? Google has a set of special keywords, like all in title. When you are searching multiple number of words, like a phrase, entire phrase I want in the title. A single word, like environment or pollution, in title. So multiple phrases, all in title, single title, all in title. Then you see the improvement first. How many now? Things are becoming slightly manageable. When I am searching that is as a phrase and phrase must appear in the title, it became only 16K, not 51K. So those are junks basically. You need to, when you are searching, you need to know how to filter out. Filtering out is a very important thing. Then what more filters? So far we have learned only two techniques, two remains. There are many actually, I don't want to jam your head. Four most important things. Say again when I am giving a space, that is Boolean AND operator. Either you can give capital AND or space. Now have you observed another trend in scholarly communication process? That most of the academic resources in internet appear as a PDF file. Is not it? Most of this, because PDF is open format, PDF is a final kind of format, so always researcher prefer that. Can I restrict? Because this kind of things, lots of video is coming, then HTML is coming, some PDF is also coming. I want to restrict my search only PDF. So another keyword I am going to use, file type colon PDF. And the formula is that file type colon is the special keyword, PDF is the extension of file. If you want to search doc file with doc, docx, PPT, PPTX, or you can add a Boolean operator within packet file type colon PDF or file type colon doc. That is also possible, like this one. This is called nested Boolean or file type colon doc. And you can increase this one like anything, or file type colon PDF and so on. And I want to retrieve documents originating only from India or for a given time as a researcher. Have you noticed this? What is your college domain name? Tell me. SSN. This one. Second one. What I try to show you that this also follow a logical structure. So this is a page I am editing this one. So in this particular very famous and popular URL for you, this is called, in this entire URL, this is the protocol HTTPS. HTTP is running on sequential. This is the protocol separator. This is the domain name. This part is very, very important, domain name. And you see here .in stands for India. Under India, the sublevel domain is A2, and under sublevel domain A2, SS Mahavidyalaya is the host name. So it's a logical structure. It goes hierarchically. If you go from right to left, that is India, second level domain A2, ORG, CO, then your host name. Fine. So each and every country is represented by a two-letter alpha code, and this standard actually originated from library, but later on ISO utilized as this is called ISO 3166. This one, part 1. So each and every country is represented by two-letter alphabet. We initiated in the library because for the catalog of country of publications, so in this year you can get that what is the name of the country, what is the domain. Okay. So if you know that particular thing, so you can restructure your search. Here you see, first one is coming from .com, second one is coming from .org.in, third one is coming from again .com. I want only from India. So what I will get? I will give a space, then site colon in. So now everything will be coming from India. Now the number of document is only 50. Remember, you started with 51 code and reduced our result to the most relevant 50 number of documents. Again, if you see that I want everything from res.in or ac.in, you can do that. Second, third level domain, you can do that. ac.in. So now the result is around 10. Only 4 techniques, and these 4 techniques are equally applicable to Google Scholar. I am going to Scholar now, and you see, because they are built on the top of same search technology. So I am just pasting this one, site colon, say, in. So now suppose 2 is not going to fulfill your need, then you remove one filter. So my suggestion is that presently we go from general to specific and spending lot of time, unnecessary time. So here my suggestion is go from specific to general. Search from the most specific query syntax first. Then if you are not getting enough result, reduce to one filter. That's the thing. Fine. Okay. So that is a very simple sidetrack that how you can harness Google. But I am coming again to the old thing, because I said you that I will tell you that what went wrong with this particular structure. I am not going to explain this anymore. What's the problem with this? Problem, my dear friend, started it from 90s. Here you see the first serious study on this scholarly publication done by a MIT professor, Stephen Harnett and Peter Subel together. So this particular thing you see that consumer price index, CPI, this is on global scale. CPI, on the basis of which our DA is calculated. Okay, it is not now calculated, that's a different issue. But when it will be calculated, it will be based on your CPI, consumer price index. So CPI increased from 1986 as the base year to 2002 in the tune of plus 64%. Government of US R&D expenditure increased in the tune of plus 120%. Journal price increased in the tune of, during this period, 222%. Imagine, you don't pay a single person to the author. When you write a paper for the journal, do they pay you? Sir, paper coming to you for review, do they pay you? Not a single person. So quality control is key. Then it should be on the basis of cost effectiveness. Why this kind of profit margin? 222% out of everything, exorbitant price rise, beyond CPI. It is around 70, 75, 80. Okay, 222%. Then publisher came up with a vision after this study. Okay, we have to print. Printing is very costly. You print on the acid paper, distribute the journal in surface mail and air mail. Now that balloon is also busted. Because you see nowadays, after this online revolution, nothing the print, only 1-2 copies the print for archival purposes. Mostly those are available in e format, distributed free of cost from a single server. Still, 1986 to 2010, another Harvard research scholar came up with this one to explain why sign up actually arise out and became so popular in the world. And he estimated that journal price now increased in the tune of plus 400%. When the latest research came up on this one, Association of Research Libraries, a very prestigious institute organization. So they went up to 2014. Now it is increased, and it has increased in the tune of 500 to 21%, whereas CPSP around 180%. Huge difference, particularly when it is not giving anything to anyone. Still, why they are rising? Why they are blocking out knowledge? Why 95% funding is from government and 91% copyright holded by only 5-6 major players? Journal industry is a perfect example of oligopoly. Monopoly, you know, one single player is dominating the market. Oligopoly means 5 or major 6 players are dominating the market. This journal industry, big players tied their hand together and looting us. If it is Elsevier, science and technology belongs to them. You come to John Wiley, stat and math. You go to Crowell, material science. Chapman and Hall, biomedical literature. Elsevier never published a core journal in mathematics. Similarly, John Wiley never published a core journal in chemistry. They have hidden agenda, hidden agreement. They actually, like mafias, they divided the entire knowledge gathered amongst each other to loot people. And the point, for whom we are writing, that is there is the biggest question to ask nowadays. On the top of sales data of 2020, whatever you are writing by burning your midnight oil, spending valuable youth and energy in the lab and classroom, that per annum it is building 26.2 billion business, of which journal alone enjoys 6.8 billion. And the profit of entire business goes to 4 major players. Elsevier, the largest take, 16%, followed by Springer, Wiley, and Taylor and Francis. If you don't believe me, believe this Financial Times of London. I have given the link. Elsevier, actually, again, I don't have any animosity with Elsevier or Google, but what I have taken as an example, the most visible publisher, I downloaded the because of that COVID period, I got some time. So downloaded the whole annual report of Elsevier and calculated this profit versus revenue margin. That's an indicator of financial health of a company. It always comes more than 33%. And it touched almost 40% after COVID. What kind of business has profit versus revenue ratio of more than 30%? Only one industry, oil industry. For them also it is only 31.5. And you see, they also have some kind of recession. When the cost of price, barrel per barrel reduces at Middle East, that also goes down. Some kind of recession they have. But here you see no recession. Even in a large part of this time is actually, it was global recession. The great American crisis. Still always more than 30% and going towards the 40% domain. And we all know that they return nothing to us. Read Elsevier, the parent company of Elsevier is a New York Stock Exchange listed public company. So they need to declare their folio. And what I say, that you see, continuously around 6 million profit. Continuously. 5.97, 6.13. Profit, net profit, gross profit. Again, what kind of company enjoys that kind of profit? You just go and check your internet. And the dark side of Elsevier, as a representative of this one. These are all pictures available in the internet. You can search Elsevier and arms trade care. Lots of people are writing in the politics of publication, intervention, Elsevier and arms trade. Read Elsevier different arms trade care. Every year in the open daylight in the January London, they conduct an arms trade fair. They give stall and shows this kind of arms and ammunition, funded by Elsevier. And 65% of the support to read Elsevier comes from Elsevier as a subsidiary agency. So, my dear friend, on the one hand you are publishing a journal of clinical injury, on the other hand you are funding Landsmile, which alone itself responsible for 65% of physical injuries all over the world. This is called bullet bandage principle. First I will sell you bullet to fight with each other, then I will sell you bandage also. Elsevier is doing that kind of thing. And against a lot of criticism, they have not entered from an arm's race. That is the story of one single publisher. And don't think the matter ends here. So this is, all biological science people knows this site, PLC, PubMed Center. And they are a very reputed publisher is BMG. You read the disclaimer of BMG for this journal, Injury Prevention. In light of revelations regarding the involvement of the giant publisher Reed Elsevier in the arms industry, we want to assure our readers and contributors that our publisher, the BMG, has no such case. Another fellow publishing house is giving you an open disclaimer. My competitor may be involved, I am not. So read my journal. So these are all dark side because you need to know, nobody tells you, that is the problem, that you are writing a paper for Elsevier, now you will think twice that I need to go for open access or something like that. So as a whole, everything is created this kind of situation, serious crisis, my dear friend, globally known. Even in US, we people are writing our paper, our colleagues are reviewing it, we do not have access. From your library portal, your internet, home internet, can you get access to the full text of the commercial journal? No. But 90% of the research published in that journal funded by some government. Government means taxpayers' money, public money. In India, situation is even worse. Have you ever thought that the government of India or any government, be it central or state government, paying you twice for your research? First, they are funding me. I am doing an ICSR project, major project. They are funding me. The moment something good we achieve, we tend to publish in our foreign journal. Because again, there is a colonial hangover in our mentality. Some UGC people said that your journal must be appeared in the Scopus Index, and 90% of the Scopus Index journals are foreign journals. So we need a policy. We need a list of our own. Why after 200 years of this game is colonial, game is over, we are still following that thing? So we don't have a good journal publication system. We do not have a good listing standard also. So according to our policy, we tend to publish our paper in a foreign journal. Again, my library is buying it, your library is buying it. So Government of India, Government of West Bengal funded you to do a research. You published your research, you really did something good. Published your research in a foreign journal. Again, your library is buying that. Again, that library is running on the top of government money. 95% of libraries are running on government money. So government is paying twice. First they are funding you, then they are buying their own funded research. Typical thing. So at the end, before entering into these services, I need to be very clear that what's the motto, because for you teachers, the skills what I am going to show you, it will take 10-15 minutes. Believe me, you are intelligent lot of people. But one of the problem of the teachers is that if I am not convinced enough, if I am not motivated enough, I don't pick up that skill. So as a teacher, I know that fact very well. So I spend backdrop that why we should support open access, why we should use, why we should publish. Then you will pick up the skills in a much faster way. So finally, research is publicly funded, your personal effort supported by your own institution, like a dynamic leadership like your research. Then the moment you come up with a publication, you sign away all the rights to the publisher. Publisher makes huge profit. You already have seen the tune of profit, and you see the spelling of the profit also. Because most of them are foreign publishers. Down pounds and dollars they make profit. And as an author, what tangible return you are getting? your prestige increases. Some people congratulate you, and at the end, maybe your career progresses with CAS and everything. But institution, what is the benefit of institution? Institution loses out all its investment. They are giving investment, infrastructure, overhead expenditure, but copyright holds the account. That's why we are on the verge of a new conventional model called open access to knowledge. There are two parts of open access. One is gold part. You are directly publishing your paper in an open access journal. Second is called green part. You still published your paper in a commercial journal. No one is going to restrict you, but you need to know your rights. Even if you sign away your entire copyright to the publisher, be very attentive to know this. If you sign away all of your publication to publishers, still you enjoy and hold the author's right to publish your preprint version of the paper and postprint version of the paper legally. No one owns your preprint version and postprint version. So there are three versions of a published paper. Your preprint version before sending to the editorial board, the accepted manuscript. Then the editorial makes some kind of suggestion, adjustment, will change according to them. It got published with the stamp and logo of the publisher. That belongs to, publisher. You have signed away your copyright. Again, after publication, you changed a few lines, added one line abstract, added one line conclusion. That becomes postprint, and you own your preprint and postprint. Publisher owns only the exact publisher. Nothing more than that. That you cannot upload. But preprint and postprint you can upload. And what will be the benefit I will come? So this is green part. And gold part means you are directly publishing in an open access journal. So these two people you know. One is Aaron Swartz, that unlucky chap committed suicide at the age of 26 to protest this attack ratio of publishing houses. I will tell you a story, and you can have it. Entire biography, internet own boy. So entire YouTube cinema is there, one movie produced by Alan's friend. And he was a child project. At the age of 12, he wrote RSS XML programming infrastructure, which still runs on internet. At the age of 12, and there is an internet hall of fame. Like hall of fame in every institute. I see that you are also planning a hall of fame. All the university gold medalists will go to this. That is called hall of fame. So in the hall of fame, the first term is Tim Berners-Lee, the father of the web. 20th term name is Aaron Swartz. That was his, and at the age of 40, he got admitted in Harvard PhD program at the age of 21, committed suicide at the age of 26, and during his 5 years, he actually second of the publishing. He was a talented programmer. He wrote a program to download every gesture, science with everything systematically in the Harvard workstation and distributed it to the entire world. Elsevier filed a legal suit, and that legal suit first gave him 12 years of imprisonment. Then the entire US Academy literally came on the road, even the Nobel laureates. The government got slightly frightened and reduced the his imprisonment for 6 months. That evening he came back to his apartment and committed suicide to protest the decision. He was ahead of his time. After his death, around 5 years, all he said actually coming true. And there is a open access manifesto written by Aaron Swartz. You must read that. It's only 2.5-page document, still available in Internet Archive. Then came his prodigy, another disciple, indirect disciple. These two never named each other. Alexander Albert. Alexander Albert, the person behind Scion. And Aaron Swartz, was to some extent what I say a kind of idealist. He himself called that I am an that term we actually started that an activist, hacker and activist. Hacker is, by the way, a very respectable term in the computer domain. Don't go by the newspaper. For newspaper, crackers and hackers and everyone is same. Hackers are very ethical and respected, acceptable term and person in the computer domain. So he himself termed as activists, hackers and activists. So he has got an illusion of the society that people will understand my view after 1 year or 2 years. But society is not like that. Society is still dominated by big publishers like Elsevier and so on. Alexander Albert never committed like this. She knew from the very first day that I am going to commit something from Latvia, Kazakhstan, and Latvia and Kazakhstan. Everything you are doing for open access is for people is legal. Everything you are doing. So she followed the same path of Alex's work, but in a very clever way. Recruited volunteers, collected their login and password, downloaded everything systematically, distributed to SIAM. And never touched, never able to touch. Every day they are filing a suit against her. Every day. Ritually they are filing a suit against her. But see, even during that period also, Interpol already served a red corner notice like that. Still, she came to US, delivered a lecture at Harvard and flew back with the help of a lot of volunteers. You can see there is the Che Guevara in academics. Okay. So, but in open access also, that is an extremist road they have taken. Like Indian freedom struggle. There are two roads now in Indian freedom struggle, although I know little history only. So there is the legal mainstream activities under the Mahatma Gandhi. Another one is the extremist group. Bengal is famous for that. Punjab is famous for that. So you can see the same thing happening in open access. Alexander Albert Einstein, then Alan Suars, and a lot of other volunteers are here. On the other hand, the libraries and other associations are still believing the mainstream. We will discuss with the publisher and snatch our rights. So universities are coming in this mainstream open access. This is developed by University of Lund University from Switzerland. So they started with 10K plus journal. Today, last day I checked, it is 20K plus journal with 1 crore of free articles. If you are not using it, you are missing something. So this is the meta tool or tertiary tool in the open access part, gold part. So how to know what kind of open access journals are available in your domain? So it's now 20 years of growth, and if you search India and country of publishing, India is doing very, very good in open access. Very, very good. As a consumer and as a publisher, as a promoter. It is the 362 dual index journal published from India alone. In Asia, this is the highest. Now, second highest percentage after Singapore. Another is the gold path. So, if you are interested in gold path, you want to know how many journals are there in the domain of chemistry, education, philosophy, political science, you go to what? If you want to know how many open access repositories which are holding already published paper, the 15th and 14%. So there are two tertiary tools or database. One is ROAD, developed by University of Southampton. Both are from UK, and Open Doors from University of Northern. ROAD stands for Registry of Open Access Repositories, and DOOR stands for Directory of Open Access Repositories. So this is the exponential growth of ROAD. How it is becoming popular? You published anywhere and upload your 15 version or 14 version of the paper in any of the open access repository in a completely legal way, and how exponentially it is growing all over the world. But gold path, you don't have any confusion. You can go there. Say, I'm going to what? So here you suppose And open access, another beauty is that there is no discrepancies amongst disciplines. In the commercial publication, you will see there is a strong bias towards STEM group, science, technology, engineering, and management. But here, everything is equal. AHSS group, social science group. Like say, I am searching all the journals of political science. Maybe as a phrase, political science as a class. Okay, anyway, let's continue with the discussion. So, DOAJ, what you can start by how many journals in a given domain, how many articles, one course of articles are available free of cost. And for open door, suppose you are from chemistry, you want to know that how many repositories in the chemistry, or you want to search the repositories of chemistry to get this paper. 90% chances that otherwise commercial publishers are restricting your access to a paper. So a lot of tools possibly will come and I will show. But the question remains that whether these DOAJ and DOR or ROR are good enough to discover all kinds of open access articles? No. What do we need? We need to have a single window search interface, and libraries all over the world are coming in a big way. I am going to introduce you with a search engine called BASE, Bilateral Academic Search Engine, which includes open access like gold path and green path in a single, including thesis, including open access books in a single window. Because as a teacher, you do not want to go to DOAJ, to open door, to open access group, to open access thesis. You need a single window search service. So if you are having phone or tab kind of thing, you can try that. base-search.net. 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 You will be getting a system called Bilateral Academic Search. Base-search.net. So, irrespective of going to DOAJ and DOR or ROR or DOAJ or DOAP, there is a directory of open access books also, OATV, open access thesis. Instead of that, you will go there and you will be getting the entire open access resources in a single search interface. And that is done by initiated by the Bilateral University Central Library. It's based on open source software, and now it's an international use working. So you can search, you can browse, you can download full text, you can boost up open access that I want only open access. So 90% chances is there what you are not getting from commercial domain. Suppose your library do not subscribe it. It's not possible for a college to subscribe everything, every database. So the strategy may be you become a member of that, this one. Possibly you are already there, no? That encrypted this enlist. Yeah, enlist you are a member here. So apart from enlist, you can also utilize base very seriously. You can conduct one kind of hands-on kind of workshop there so that they can explore. And lots of advantages are there what you cannot do in Google. You can restrict your search in title, in author. In Google you cannot restrict your search in author or subject. Here you can, because the metadata of librarians is there, it's very organized. And presently it contains 350 million plus resources. 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. So you can do your math. 350 million resources is a huge resource. So that kind of open access you are getting one single window search system. Okay. Another a few tools apart from that one which are based on open access resources. As I said, that is the importance of open access, both as a contributor and as a consumer. So as a consumer, you can utilize DOAJ, DOR, ROR, BASE, oatd.org for thesis, DOA books for doabooks.org for books, and everything in a single window from base. Fine. So as a consumer, now suppose you are already having your paper for publish. What is the benefit? To upload your paper in the public domain so that other people can access it. And what is the way out to upload your paper? You are getting my point. One is that you are a consumer. You are actually getting everything that available open access and tools far better than Google. But suppose we want you as a contributor. Otherwise, how this thing can progress? So when you are contributing something to the open access domain, first you need to know whether it is legal or not. Second, you need to know where to upload, how easy I can do that, because I don't have all the time in your voice. And third, what is my material thing? I am getting access to others' paper, there is a benefit for me. If I want to upload my paper, definitely there is a philosophical cost that I am also supporting open access, but apart from that, what is the material? Is not it? So these three vital questions I am going to say you. So here you see Doaj is here, then road dot sorry, this is road, not roads. Road.iptix.org. Then if you want Doaj, open door, you simply search by open door. I never remember this address. This is running by GISC UK. GISC is the equivalent to UGC of UK. So UGC is running this one. So this is open door. This is door. And I can also show you how to get free of cost different great books, completely open access. And everything I am showing you here are completely legal. All are available under Creative Commons licensing system. So it is giving you the power to download, to print, to distribute to your students. Every right is available. So this is the directory of open access book. You can have it. Then there is oatd.org. So this is, you already know Shodhganga content included here. So this is, you can see, a global storehouse of entire PhD and master level thesis in a single place. Every country has their own thesis repository. Like it goes for UK, NDA for US, Finland.fi from Finland. So here OATP actually, including Shodhganga, entire thesis they harvested metadata and provided one single window source. So these are the all based on the open content, open access gold path. These two are for green path. So this is for the open access book. This is for open access thesis, and this is a great search engine. Now it is 414 million resources. And you see the benefit of this one. I am searching the same environmental pollution here, just like Google or Google Scholar. And you will see how it is different, why I am advocating base. So the moment I search, up to this point there is no difference. Now you see, by default it goes to all fields, but I can restrict in title, author, subject. In Google Scholar or Google I can restrict to title, all in title. But there is nothing author. There is nothing. Suppose I want to retrieve all the books written by Amurtha. No way in Google or Google Scholar. You can search by Amurtha, it will retrieve books written by Amurtha, on Amurtha, linked to Amurtha, everything. It's a mess. But here I can restrict either in author or subject, say environmental pollution as a subject, or in title. And you see the display power. Here it is the display of Google. Only one dry text line is there. You don't know who is the author, who is the publisher, what is the currency. And here you see. First it is saying it's open access or not. This is the symbol of open access. Then a brief replica of the document, of description, publisher type, from where it is coming. You can save in your reference management software. You may you can export record, everything. And you can filter a lot, like document type. I want only a journal article, or I want thesis only on environmental protection. So all the thesis will come. I want only language English. You just, complementary the Google Scholar and base. Lot of differences. And if you go to advanced search is really, really advanced. Here you can search even by license, whether available in a given country or a given continent. In Google, you can restrict to a given country, not a continent, because continents don't have their own domain system. But here you can do that. Range search from this year to that year. Everything you can do. And another interesting feature is browsing. Suppose I am interested in some divisions of chemistry. Generally, my examples always goes to chemistry because of my basic subject. Don't mind. So here, suppose in your library books are arranged by some peculiar number. Only they know. 324.443. Only they understand. You don't. That is called Dewey Decimal Classification. So that every 3-digit number represents a subject. So, for example, I want to search all things in physics. Just you ask Showman or Zoology that what is the base class for physics or chemistry or zoology, to come here in basic search and you do a magic you can do. DDC, colon, then you ask that whether suppose physics 530. Physics 530. So I am searching all physics. So DDC colon 530. So entire physics resources, something like 17 lakhs. DDC colon 530, you see 171 lakhs. 1,471 lakhs. And if I say 540, that means chemistry. Don't remember, I don't want to disturb Showman. So what I do, I go in here. So this is the main class. So I am interested in social sciences. So under social science, second order divisions will come political science. So under political science, I am interested in say international relations. So it's safe to say that there are 30,000 class topics. And then I can filter out by language, only English. Far better than your Google and Google Scholar. Academic. If you are searching your latest mobile phone model and everything, Google is far better because it does not have that. It only collects academic resources. So apart from this tool, some new generation search engines are also coming, and that you need to understand. One is called Semantic Scholar. Semantic Scholar is originated by a company I hate, by a person I like very much. The company he established with Bill Gates is called Microsoft. He retired from Microsoft typically at the age of 60, and right from that period of time he is spending his vacation in Iceland and donated his entire income from Microsoft to form a company called Allen Institute for Artificial Intelligence. Way back in 2006, artificial intelligence we came to know in 2020 now, after this ChatGPT or OpenAI came in. Way back in 2006, this institute formed by Paul Allen, the co-founder of Microsoft. So this is coming from AIT, Allen Institute of AI. And this is the search engine they have developed for Semantic. Collection wise, it's on almost half of the base or 1/3 of the Google. But search wise, take it from my dear friend, one of the best retrieval engine I have ever seen. I'm showing you the beauty of this one. Say I'm searching something on any keyword from your end. Show me. Anything you want to search? single word search. Cartography means science of mapping. So I am searching by cartography. So it actually retrieved 56,000 plus resources, mostly open access. But I have a filtering out. You see here, this is one of the beauty not available in any of the search engines. Cartography may be viewed from different subject domains, or from geography, from geology, from history and archival, for old maps like this, from the computer science. So suppose every chance you are interested from the domain of geography, so I can restrict my field of study that I am from geography only. So reduce now 29. Date range, I don't want everything, I want everything for the last 5 years or 10 years. To see the beauty of the filtering, I want only open access in full text. Rest of the document I am not interested, as PDF. So now everything you are accessing 5,000 plus paper, all are having their full text. Now suppose this is again a beauty. In Google and Google Scholar and Base, you can sort by relevance but not by the citation count, most influential paper. So it has an algorithm to determine what are the most influential papers. That means the papers are getting steady citations over the period of last 10 years, continuous. So I'm getting most influential paper. Any of the paper you just open up, but before that you see this. TLDR, a technology first developed by Allen Institute. TLDR means too long, did not read. Very interesting technology. First generation application of AI in search tool. It read, as you have selected has period, it read the entire paper for you and making an AI based summary in one line. So this is an AI generated summary for your paper, and what is the benefit? The moment I read this one line, I know that what it is, and I can take a decision whether to open it or not. So suppose I am opening it. The moment I open it, you see the DOI, corpus ID, everything will be coming. It will, apart from this paper, I can expand to see the abstract also. I can get the PDF paper as PDF is open. Apart from that, you can see what additional I am getting. It tells me that there are 152 citations received by this one. What are those papers and what are the TLDR of those papers? See, in one window you identify only 3 to 4 papers, rest of the papers you are going to get very easily in a single window search interface. Heaven of the scholar. And how many citations it received? Those citations get TLDR. And the killer application, the related paper. So this is the citation reference network. The references you are adding and paper cited your paper. But apart from that, semantically, how one paper is related to another paper you are getting from it? Related paper. So related paper, there TLDR, you can move here. Say in this way you can go to all related paper. Any of this paper you can select. Now this paper will be in the middle and it will retrieve the citation received by this paper, references, it's related. So it says in science that at a given point of time there is only 1 million paper in circulation covering all subjects. So related papers are very much important. It's not always citation reference network. It also semantic relationship that you can get from here. If you are not using semantic scholar, you are really missing and wasting your time. Another beautiful tool of the same line, but not AI enabled, but you can try lens.org. These are all second generation, third search engine. I will be coming to third generation. So here I am not going into details. You already know the game. So here you can search scholarly works, profile, that means experts. So I am selecting patent. So all in one window, and you can search here like say cartography again. So here every search engine has its own strength. So one is not sufficient. So that's why I'm saying this lens.work is also very good. The beauty of lens is something different. I'll be coming. So suppose I search by cartography, again a very common concept in geography. So 1 lakh plus articles, but you see the filter. If I want to access only open access, so I can also search by color. Gold path you already know, green path you know. Hybrid means this is basically a mixture. Some journals are publishing where one part is commercial, one part is open. So that is called hybrid journal. And bronze path is also there. Bronze path means publisher site is available, but without any licensing. Licensing will be coming. So these are the things. But the beauty of lens is that this 1 lakh paper, say I am restricted in some way that a document type let us restrict by journal article. Journal article. So 64,000. Now suppose I want to know how the concept of cartography actually proliferated, what is the stop time of cartography, whether it is now reducing the trend or not, everything by a real-time analysis based on this 64,000 data. You just click this analysis. So this is another trend in search system. The search is not again free, dry, keyword-based retrieval. One-way traffic. It may be a two-way traffic. It's a dialogue now. And now you see, it says that when the concept of cartography started, how it is increasing, when it is coming top, and again it is, you see, 2023-24, slightly reducing. Okay. Then these are the way to stop contributing institute. These are the most active authors who are the proliferating author in the domain of cartography. The top field of study, how many documents are coming from geography, computer science, cartography, which country published how many documents, this is India, 524 number of data. What are the top journals in the domain, what are the top publishers of the domain. So in a single, within 5 minutes you are getting a panoramic view of the entire research domain, including who are the most prolific authors. There is an advantage. If you know the top 10 authors or researchers in your domain, you come to Google Scholar and see their citation. Very easy. Okay, fine. Now I am coming to third generation search engine that you can try again free of cost. My favorite are LEC. So I am continuing with Google. How many of you have used LEC so far? Any one of you? LEC? And perplexity? So now you see, when you people are exploring ChatGPT or Gemini or something like a large language model, you are habituated with ChatGPT, have you explored that one? So how to use that large language model in a profitable way in scholarly communication process? So far you see, one of the problems of search is that artificial, search language. You need to know title is equal to H, author is equal to Y, range from A to B. So it's not natural like language, English like language, first of all. Second, it is not giving me directly answer. It is giving me a list of documents from where I need to read and get the answer. So that is the second generation search science. Third generation is actually coming on the top of it, where I can elicit.com, that is the site, where I can ask a question in natural language, a research question, and it gives me an answer on the basis of the top cited paper. So Elicit is based on Semantic Scholar. Elicit and Semantic Scholar has an agreement. That is the beauty of open access. As Semantic Scholar is supporting open access, they donated 225 million papers to Elicit. Elicit trained the large language model on the basis of that 220 million plus papers. And now I can ask an academic question. Say, a research question. What are the possibilities that India will enter $5 trillion? It's not a political question anymore. No, there was huge debate, But now it is a research question. Suppose one economic fellow wants to explore that. How many people supported that view on the top of this data set and so on. So this kind of natural language query I cannot make to Google. If I make it, Google will pick up the keywords and try to blindly add everything with AND operator. That will be meaningless. So the moment I search that word, let me copy this question again. So what is the difference in this third generation engine? So it is actually trying to retrieve only research paper which are semantically similar to this particular paper. Retrieve all of this paper, so paper, then the link to the paper, abstract summary, and you can add many of the columns, summary, methodology, what they follow, main findings, and prepare as it is a free version. In the top premium version you can get 10 paper summary. But free version is just enough to understand. So you see here, it actually based on this 1, 2, 3, 4 number of paper with human-like in-text citation. They are making a summarized, answer. There is a search engine. So this is a purely scholarly one. There is a search engine called Perplexity, which is based on scholarly works as well as newspaper clippings, technical report, everything, much more wider. If I am asking the same question to this Perplexity, you see the length and quality of the answer. What is the current landscape? What is the government initiative, challenges, confidence, contribution? Again, it is giving you some of the related brainstorming questions. That when you have asked this business question, maybe related question, you can pick it from there, and everything it is actually highlighted. Say, I want to know from where this particular source is coming. It can be that particular. What's the difference? It's not only giving you document, it's giving document alongside a quick answer. So much more easier it is become every day. So things are really good. But anyway, we are almost at the on the part of this completion. But before that, I asked 3 questions to you that open access you now know, use scope. Millions and billions of documents are available. You need to know only where it is available. We got a series of tools for it. If I want to become a contributor, apart from supporting the great philosophical cause of open access, is it legal? Suppose I told you, do not take my word in the face value. I told you it is legal that you are teachers, you are researchers, you need to check everything. So there is a site called Sherpa Romeo. Sherpa Romeo is going to give you the publisher's open access policy. And if there is Romeo, there must be Juliet. So another project they are running, Sherpa Juliet, who are going to give you the funding agencies policy. When you are writing a paper, there are 3 stakeholders. One, you as the author. Second is your publisher. And third is your funding agency, like CSIR, So you need to know what who other stakeholders are thinking. Your publisher, how liberal they are, and what kind of things they support. Another one is your funding agency. So Juliet is going to give you funding agencies policy and Romeo is system. So there are all publishers can be grouped under 4 groups. Green publisher who supports archiving both preprint and postprint. We already know what is preprint and postprint. Blue publisher who supports only archiving postprint. Yellow, preprint, and white nothing. So if your publisher is not a white publisher, I don't know why they have given name white, it must be black. I don't know. But it's a peculiar naming. Green is okay, blue and yellow is to some extent okay, but white be possible. But how to know my publisher belongs to which group? Suppose you have written on a journal X. So journal X, a certain publisher is publishing in house Y. So what is the policy of Y? How far I am able to archive my research? Now suppose I want to show the same BMJ publishing group, So this is the Safer Romeo site. I go there, I search by BMJ publishing house. So what is the policy of this house? Or you can search by journal also. So it says author can archive preprint, postprint, author can archive postprint also. So it's a Romeo print publisher. So at the moment I know it, I can upload my paper to any of the open access repository. Which repository I will be coming to next. First, the foremost question, whether it is legal or not, completely legal. Say, I am going to Safer Romeo. Safer Romeo is again a project by JISC. So here you can search by journal. So I am trying to know one of the journal of my domain, journal of documentation. Now the moment I click this journal of documentation, it gives me what I can do with my published paper, what I can do with my accepted manuscript, what I can do with my submitted manuscript. So everything I can get it from here, whether it is supporting or not, to the open access. What is the kind of license you get for that? Everything. And I can take a decision accordingly. So this site, Safer Romeo, can guide you to that one. So this is Safer Juliet. If you are taking fund from any Indian agencies, all are green funding agencies. They support open access. In case of international, you can pick it from here. And these are the Creative Commons licenses. If you want to upload your paper, encrypt your post page, what kind of license you are going to give to others? So this CC0 is the most generally, liberal. There is no restriction, and this one is most restrictive. You can utilize, download, share, but always acknowledge my contribution. So this is DY attribution, NC for non-commercial purposes, and NP for non-territorial. You cannot change my contribution as it is in AT. So my suggestion to the young researcher or the beginners of open access contributor, that always go by CC/BY LCMP first. Then gradually you will understand that what kind of license you are going to see. Now comes the question, where to archive? This is my most favorite. Zenedo.org. Even your college can open a page, like your librarians can open a page in Zenedo for this college. And all the faculty members can upload their already published paper, uploaded there, and it will be searchable globally. So Zenedo.org developed by the institute who developed World Wide Web, CERN. Center for Particle Physics in Geneva. Tim Berners-Lee was a physicist there, who is considered as the father of robotics. So some people developed this, and interestingly, the Geneva name came from the first metadata librarian of the world, Genedotas. So in the loving memory of Genedotas, they given the name Genedot. Per person, they are going to give you 50 GB space. You can upload your data, research data, your big files, everything, your observation, everything, videos, everything, lab records, everything you can archive. Then you can make your paper open. Say for example, if I go here, gna2.org, it's very simple actually. Just you prepare your, and I see that many of you upload your paper in ResearchGate or academia.edu. Those are black open access. Actually, they do not follow any rules and regulations of open access. They do not take license from you, Creative Commons. When I download something from open academia.edu or research, I simply do not know in what terms and conditions you have given that document to me. They need to strictly follow that terms and conditions based on the Creative Commons. So you can search here, a lot of documents and data sets are available. And the next, the great question comes that you are trying to motivate us, but okay, consumer part is fine. We can access billions and billions of papers free of cost. But why should we contribute? My dear friend, for your own sake, it has been proved by research, published a series of articles in Nature by Steve Lawrence, that if your paper available in open access in full text, your chances of getting citation is higher. And at the end of the day, my dear friend, it does not matter how many papers you have written. It always matters that what is the impact of your paper. And impact is calculated by your citation, its index and so on. So if your papers are available in full text, open access, your impact in the community, your visibility in the community will increase. And with a great quote from Alvin Toffler, author of Hardware and Future Shock, he said once in a book, Positive Hardware, the illiterate of the 21st century won't be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn and relearn. So unlearning is very important now, that whatever we heard about the publications that were kind of what to say, we are not quite liberal up to that point to share our own publications. So gone are the days we need to relearn something and shake our focus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now this podium is open for discussion. Any question, please?
Thank you, sir, for the informative lecture. So I have two questions. One is from the Google keywords. So you showed the site:.in. So my question is, will it give a result, like if the publication is not from a journal published in India, if it is a foreign journal, but my publication has the name India in title or my institution address, so will it come to in the result?
Very good question actually. You got his first question one by one. Okay, I'll forget.
Yes.
So suppose my key term includes India, like title and everything. So that will be searched in that particular field. Site:/in is not a recorded field. The origin of the domain name. So that means you are going to hit the origin of that particular paper. Suppose a paper may include the term India but originated in Japan. Okay, so that you can also search. So that's it. What are the origins?
And the next one is actually, like you mentioned, that we can actually share the preprints and postprints of our own papers, so it's free to circulate. So suggestions for like how to make the postprints for our already published papers. So what are the process?
Excellent again. So here you see, I'm showing by my own example. Okay, so you will understand totally. So this is, you see, I have logged in as PSU over here. Now I am searching vehicle level. So you see, whatever papers I have uploaded here, everything will be shown here. So this is one of my paper I have written as a book chapter, and the book is a out and out commercial publication. Out and out commercial publication, possibly from Springer Academy or something like that. But here you see this book chapter, I just changed to my postscript. So here the metadata, the title, author, abstract, and here you can see this is the paper. So this is not the paper published with the stamp and logo of the publisher, because that is copyrighted. So whatever I did, in each and every line of footer, I have given this one. This one, you see, each and every line, each and every page, I have repeated this one. This is the published, and this is a post-print version. Post-print. So you are completely free of there is no change in the content. You can make a change, but this is also a content. This is also a content. I already giving a disclaimer that this has been published in such and such publication, and this is a post-print version. So that up to me, because I am adding something. This means my content is changing, and then I can use Jornado. And another thing is using Jornado advantage. You see, say the data set related to this paper I have also uploaded. So the same paper data set, and you can establish link from this data set to your paper. And the licensing what I have given, Creative Commons 4.0. So every object is related to each other. Apart from that, you need to know that how many people view, how many people downloaded, everything in real time. How many people searched. That's the.
Thank you.
Everyone, please.
Anyone? Please.
So, sir, I will then add one more just question. So I can add some supplementary files with the paper and photographs maybe with that, so that becomes a
In
post-print.
case of research, most important thing is your data set. Data set, like your lab record, your all of Excel file. Suppose in social science you are doing a survey work, every data is available in Excel sheet. Then after that as a Facebook.
And maybe a abstract in other vernacular languages, maybe in Bengali, that also.
Another translation. And beauty is that you can link all of related objects together. That is called metadata DC.relation. You don't need to know that one, but the moment you are uploading, it will ask you a graphical interface that what to link to this, where are this ID and everything. It will be done inside. And 50 GB of space you will be getting initially. It can be up to 100 GB. And for institute, it is 100.
And sir, we are having like biological data. I am uploading in GBIF, Global Biodiversity Information Range. So that link can be shared here.
Of course you can share the additional link and other thing. And here you will be getting in the sidebar all of this kind of. It will give you a UI for your data set, UI for your paper, if you want, and the link when they are available. People can directly get your citation from APA and completely free of cost.
have some book chapters. Is it possible to upload the generator?
Yes. That suppose your book chapter is a commercial one or open access one, you just your PDF file or what file is there, you just prepare one PDF file with the citation note, then upload in Jira. Just sign up in the Jira. Simple, you can log in with your alternate ID. That's it. It will ask you for the upload the paper, ask you the state of metadata, title, abstract, author name. Then it will say, and you can say, Google can index, open this base can index the paper.
Any more questions from the audience? So I think there is no question. Thank you, sir, for your valuable and I think this entire session is very attractive and very nice. And for the new researcher and also some experienced researcher also present here, they also, I think, gather so much knowledge from this innovative and informative session. And personally, I think that this is a mysterious website series like chapter. They want to fold like fold chapters are.
Yes, that is that such as the tools available that to free of cost and quality tools.
Yes, sir. And I think there is so much about the prestigious things that one should told that my publication is releasing.
Because not only publication is only not only important, their marketing is also, visibility is also important.
The dark side behind this, that also is a unknown part. Thank you, sir.
That's very
Now,
shocking.
yes. Now, I would like to call upon up stage our principal, sir, to give vote of thanks and the certificate to our guests.
Thank you, Madam. I think all of us have got sufficiently enriched with the session. So many new things we came to know. Now, ultimate thing will come if you actually apply. Okay, because I myself will also blindly sign all the copyright agreements. Do not know, just like we signed our LIC policies also. Okay. Most of the things we do not know what is happening. So we do not know that when we will be actually coming out. But Sarah has given us some hidden treasure, I should say. Instead of blindly searching the Google database, we can go for and start doing it. Will you agree with me? Yes. Thank you. I think that is, if we do so, then this session is going.
Sir, can we get to know like
Yes. I'm good.
Sir, this is maybe a very small certificate, but
Thank you. One thing is that I always enjoy this kind of intelligent gathering, because most of the cases you see, you cannot share this kind of dark data with your students or scholars. It requires some kind of mature mind, and I don't often get it. So thank you very much also your presence here and cooperation. Thank you.
So today, officially our session for today is ended here, and participants are requested to take their ticket bag in your seat. Please wait for that, and after that we will meet for tomorrow.
tomorrow,
Next program, kalke